about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist. Am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.
That was great sounds of Watts with Outside on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, New Haven. Myself, Preston, with my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, Mr. Easy Blues. Easy Blues, you're always great with introductions. Who do we have on the broadcast today?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not a matter of how many markets you can cross. It's never a matter of exactly being single-minded and single-focused. It is a matter of being able to see things from every perspective, from every point of view, and from every avenue. And when you have that kind of creative eye, when you have that kind of eye that can really display the world and reality the way it is supposed to be, that is truly a moment of genius. So for that and that alone, I want you to put your hands together. Not if you're driving, please keep your hands at 10 and 2 because we don't need any accidents. But put your hands together mentally for the fantastic, the incredible, the amazing. Some people call me Smurph. Some people call me Henry Murphy in the building today. Welcome, bienvenue, and how you been?
Thank you. I've been good, man. I've been real good. Just been real trying to stay focused on everything. I've been like a chicken with my head cut off the past few days, but I'm just keeping it together as best as I could, like everybody else.
Well, for the home audience that is playing along with this amazing game that we've got going on here, let's give a little bit of background exactly what you do and how you do it, because you have something that's a little bit different. You know, you have a different perspective on things. Not only that, but you're also starting off clothing lines. You're doing visual aspects. You know, you're not a one-trick pony or a single horse kind of entity.
Yeah. And it's so many words that I can use to try and just define what I do and who I am. But the simplest terminology I could use is I am currently a one-man production studio.
Mm-hmm.
I do photography, I do videography, which also branches off into just plain old editing for most people. And then there's also custom apparel printing, of course, creative consulting as well. Just a man of many hats, jack of all trades, master of none. I stole that from somebody. But yeah, just multi-talented, man. Multi-talented.
And now, with the way that the world kind of is, we all have to be multi-talented when it comes down to different aspects of it. Was that something that helped motivate you as you were going through, or is this something that you've just developed because of your strong family bonds and whatnot?
I would more so say it's always kind of just been, I would say it's been part of me naturally, but 100% the way the world is today, and because of those family bonds, I've been awarded the opportunity to just really just expand everything that I can do and really just develop all of my skills and even find out about skills that I didn't know I already had.
Right.
So
what were those skills?
It started with high school, I would say. I went to co-op in downtown New Haven. And originally I wanted to go for visual, but my father was like, you're a better storyteller than you are at drawing. So I went with that, and that became second nature after a while, because I could be very talkative and stuff like that, just very imaginative, especially because of the fact that my earliest memories of reading and stuff, which was a one big thing that I really loved to do as a kid, was my dad reading me comic books. So it kind of it developed like hand-in-hand visual and storytelling. And some of our friends who were in the visual department at the high school, they got into photography and stuff. So it just naturally connected. And then they started getting into video production, which I became very jealous of because I love TV. My punishment was you can't watch TV as a kid. But also Tumblr.com at the time was a really big thing when I was in high school. And it was just, I fell in love with photography and visual storytelling from there. And then, so, You take that. I started getting into like screenwriting a little bit after high school. Didn't really do too much with it because I was just on the fly, just playing around, figuring out what I liked, what I could do. Graphic design, I started to dip into that. It was a lot of me just experimenting and just doing stuff without really finding a niche, which is a term I hate in today's world. But, yeah, the where I am today, the opportunities just more so than anything fell in my lap to really be able to just sit and just develop them and grow with them. So
Now, speaking of that growth, what is the next step? What is the next evolution that is Smurph, Henry Murphy, or Butter, as some people like to call you?
in relation to me personally, or
Yeah, in relation to you personally, and in relation to what the next step is ahead, because we all understand that life can be consistently in flux. But from as long as I've known you, you've always had a pretty level head on your shoulders, and you always seem to be ready for that next step. So I know that with things turning the way that they're turning, you have to have some sort of big plan ahead of yourself. And I kind of want, I kind of want to know what it is.
um it's funny that you say that because something that I mentioned to a few different people recently is I feel like I need to get a little lost again. I feel like for every person who's doing something creative or whatever, as a matter of fact, the very first time that I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to do this stuff full time, it didn't work out because I wasn't ready for it.
right.
But I remember it was a project that I started thinking about at the time, and it was kind of just like, okay, well, when you have everything that you want, when you're doing everything that you wanted to do, and now that you're here in this space of your life, well, what happens next? Because, like you said, we always have to have some type of plan for the next step. But it's like when you get to where you were planning to get to, well, what are you supposed to do now? So where I am currently is like, I want to get lost again, but more so in the sense of kind of just have a blank canvas. So me now is more so with keeping that in mind is also like, all right, I'm being presented with more opportunities. I'm making more connections. Let me go back and revisit a lot of the mistakes I made getting to where I am in this point today and just capitalize on those and do all the things that I didn't do before. So it's just really just becoming who I want to become, putting into practice those things I know I need to do to really evolve more and see what that next level is like. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Just keep going, which is a big thing that I try to push when I talk to people, especially with my brand. Just keep going.
What is your brand? What's the name?
Elm City Studios. Elm City Studios. And I try to push, I'm speaking a lot to the people who are afraid to take those next steps, those people who are like, you are on the brink of greatness, but you still like kind of like you're scared of that uncertainty. But it's like another phrase that I push with it alongside keep going is came in this life for adventure.
Yeah, true.
And it's like the thing about an adventure is you don't know what's gonna happen, but you just know it's gonna be crazy. Such is life. Life is up, life is down, but it's all a part of the process. It's all a part of the story. You just got to see it through and just keep going. And you'll have that story to tell that you want to be able to tell to people. But if you're scared, nothing's gonna happen. So just
so what story are you telling? What story are you going to tell the people now?
the story that I'm going to tell the people now is stay true to yourself and keep believing in yourself and stay confident in you, because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to, on your deathbed, has to come to that place of acceptance that, okay, I did the best I could, and never think that you're not doing the best you're doing in this moment with what you have. I wholeheartedly have the idea in mind to tell my kids like, hey, look, you might not be this person that's on stage with 1,000,000 trillion fans, but that don't mean you're not doing it. That don't mean you can't do it. You got to find that happiness in what you have, find that peace in where you are, and just focus on that and focus on the positivity of it, and always find something positive in any negative situation, and just you're gonna flourish from there. There's no wrong way to go if you just have that peace within you. You know what you.
A lot of people get caught up though. Yeah, too many.
Do. It's hard to not get caught up. It is hard to not get caught up because you're aware of how hard you're trying. But it's like, yo, you gotta keep going though. You're gonna try hard. I feel like you try really hard, and then you get discouraged because you're only thinking of that. But it's like you put your all into it, and that just showed you how passionate you were about it.
Right.
But one step at a time is all you need. You still gotta learn how to pace yourself. So that one step at a time, that's good enough for you in that moment. And be fine with that. Because another day is another step.
Right.
Are people easily discouraged because they focus on just one plan? They don't really have a plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. I can go on.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no. Yes, because they're all we're brought up with the idea of like a reward for our hard work constantly. You can put in 100% today and nothing will come from it.
Right.
But you have to keep being consistent with that 100%. That's why I said with the one step, sometimes that one step is your 100%.
Right.
It's also very discouraging to think about the fact that you have to have a backup plan and a backup plan for your backup plan, because it's like, well, what if this doesn't work? But what if your backup plan is a part of plan A? Like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
This don't work. Okay, I'm gonna do this and make that work for this. Like, it's just, don't get discouraged by. It's matter of fact, I saw this online recently. It was you have to be able to grind without people noticing that you're grinding. A lot of people want that like immediate satisfaction or pat on the back. I can sit here and tell you guys personally, like a couple videos that I made recently just for my brand, I feel like they were the most polished things that I've done so far. Like, and I saw nothing from it, but it's like, all right, I just got to keep in mind, keep doing that, because you've seen progress and accolades from BS videos, BS videos, but now you showing like, okay, yo, you can make something super dope, super polished, just like everybody else is seeing. So keep doing that. And it's just a thing of consistency, man.
Well, see, that's so interesting because I always look at it from the artistic point of view of sometimes too polished can be bad, sometimes not polished enough can be bad, and it's so difficult to go through the waters in that type of aspect. How do you? Because look, I mean, if we're looking at an unpolished sound that was absolutely incredible and reinvented hip hop, you have to look at Wu-Tang in the early 90s, the stuff that they put out there where they were purposely rattling speakers, purposely getting things to sound a little bit off and unpolished, was there to create that sound. And then you have on the other side of that, you have the overproduced stuff where, you've got people in glitter suits, that also like baby oil. And we don't like any of that.
To that perspective, that is, how they say like with musicians, they're always making the same song. I would look at it in that perspective, like, okay, you're doing this thing very polished now, but it's the same thing you did before. It's just a more evolved thing. Like how many songs can I make about telling this person I love them? What's a fresh way to give it to them? Like it's just a matter of just reinvention, but you still the same you.
Right.
Of course, too, I would say it depends on like what you want the people to see. Like it the polishing and all of that, that's just, like you said, the glitz and glam. But at the end of the day, it's about the authenticity that you like. I started vlogging, and that was the first season of it was when I go back and look at it, it's like, yo, this is from a production standpoint, this is kind of horrible. Like I'm seeing the same setting. I like that it has a very like warehousey dungeon, like nothing but the work type of look. But I went back and looked at an old episode I did recently, and it's kind of just like, yo, like, but the growth of the person in these videos along season, it's like, okay, I see what's going on. Like, so it's about what you want to bring, man. Like the polish is just to wow the people who might want to inquire to you about what they can get. But at the end of the day, it's about what you yourself bring to the table. What am I getting from the person? What am I gonna feel from this? Because I can get something polished anywhere. Joey up the street, he got a shiny white car. You got a white car too, but his is shinier. But it's like, well, how do you feel when you get in Joey's car?
Right.
So it's just more about what the people like, you know, building a cult fan base, basically. That's a way I can say.
Right. Well, and it's so true because the cult fan bases are some of the most loyal ones. We actually you can rip the head from the headlines this past week. The Dungeons and Dragons movie that bombed, has had a resurrection and is one of the top movies and streamed on Netflix. But it was a movie that bombed in theaters. So, and that has been going on forever and ever. Look at Rocky Horror Picture Show. Look at some of the most incredible Boondock Saints. These movies that had the polish, had the glitz, had the glam aspect of it, but it just wasn't the right time until they found their audience. And once their audience actually found them, it became this cult-like aspect, which is I think is totally amazing and totally genuine. Now, since you are a storyteller and you're into videography as well, when were there going to be like shorts with Smurph?
In what sense? What do you mean? Elaborate.
I think you're kind of doing that right now, in a way. Because like you make like little short videos and like stuff for other people, and you make short versions of like what they do like for a living. Like for example, like at the workplace, like you cover just like a little bit what's going on. So in a way, they are shorts. There are shorts of different stuff that other people do that you snip it and you make and you give people a different perspective.
Right. I'm talking about more cinematic aspect of it. I'm talking about, when am I going to see a 3-minute, movie in, one of these, like the Bridgeport Film Festival? You know what I'm saying?
That has to be hard though.
Not really. That's
everything's
not
hard. Everything's
I know
hard.
that, but like
it's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. I'm a firm believer of I love saying this. Everybody was mad about the Oscars, but why not just create your own Oscars?
It's true.
Agree.
So it's like
it's true.
You can get into that film festival, but that's to get the eyes that know about that thing. But it's like you can make your own thing and just say, like, yo, I made this, like I'm gonna get this little spot. You market it enough, market it the right way. Like people will come kick it with you, and those starting out, those will be the people that you just have those genuine relationships with. So like, it's just you can do it all yourself. It might not, but it depends on what you're looking for. If you want it to be some like huge big thing, then you in for a world of hurt feelings. But if you just want to do it because you genuinely have that passion for it,
right?
Just do it. It's these streamers today, like it's some of them that started with like one viewer every time they went on, and then it keeps
expanded.
going.
Kept going and going with consistency.
Yeah. As far as shorts with me, did you mean like just more of me showing?
I'm talking about more of because you went to co-op doing like creative writing aspect of it, and I've seen some of the stuff that you've done like music video wise, in which you're telling the story and different things like that. So I want to know when the first short movie that you're gonna do that you wrote, you directed, you did the whole 9 for. I'm sure it'll be a silent film or something along those lines.
On WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven. Go ahead, Henry.
You know what? I reconnected with a very good friend, and we were at an event last year in the summer, and they actually said something similar to me because I used to, once I got out of high school and I was trying to like in that creative experimenting, I started writing like just a drama. I was
Right.
just writing, and I was putting it out on. I done went from Blogger to just coming up with my own website and going from there. Uh, and they asked me like, when are you gonna get back to it? And I've had people say like, when are you gonna make a show out of it? Because you said you wanted to make a show. So that I feel like things keep pointing back to that project. So
Right.
I'm gonna say it here with you guys first. I'm going to try to make it a goal to film something in regard to that by the end of next year.
That's what I like to hear.
Okay.
And with
Try to have
so
something.
much stuff with social media and all this kind of stuff, you have all these avenues in which you can self-produce and
Mm-hmm.
self-distribute. I think it'd be a fantastic thing. And look, man, I've seen a bunch of productions, and I have been a part of productions that haven't been very good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm looking forward to the stories in which you can tell, and because you're like a little mysterious, little specter that sits up in the corner and like takes these incredible photos, and gets this great footage that goes through. But I still feel like there's more to you than just that. And then hearing now that you have a writing background as well, that makes more sense to me. And that makes me want to see where that creative story is going to come from, and how I can't wait to see what the visuals are going to be for that.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's like you said, I'm just a surveyor of life. I'm a fly on the wall. I come in,
Mhm.
we see what's going on in here. Oh, okay, like, all right. I leave, go tell somebody about it. But it's like, just I stick to myself, man. I vibe with whoever I vibe with, just in and out. Mhm.
Nice.
How long has
It's
M City Studios been around?
Since 2021, springtime 2021.
Okay, that's not bad. Is it
Yeah.
just a one-man show, or who's your team?
Uh, it's just me.
Okay.
It's just me. It's just me. I outsource to a friend, to friends here and there when they're available, but for the most part, it's just me. Figuring out the culture of it and all of that, and then I'll bring people in. I don't want to reach out to people to have them become a part of something, and I can't even really pitch to them like what this is.
Yeah,
So
right.
that's true.
lay the groundwork, and then hey, come over here. We ain't gonna be in your music videos dancing and all of that in the background.
Okay, Shug. Okay, Shug. Okay, Shug.
Uh,
Is the
shit
structure
like
hard?
that. Hmm?
Is structure hard for you being a one-man team?
Um, yes.
Hmm.
Yes. And yes, up to a certain point.
Okay.
And this kind of piggybacks off of that, being able to develop my skills.
Hmm.
What I learned through experience with this is, you start your business, entrepreneurship, whatever you want to call it. You absolutely have no structure because it's just you. You're one person. You have to wear so many hats. You start out doing the one job that you know how to do,
Mm-hmm.
that you actually like to do, but
Right.
then you realize, okay, I'm not a salesman. Now I have to become a salesman. I don't do admin stuff. Now I have to do admin stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to really manage your time starting out and put on every single different one of these hats. But it's also a great lesson in learning why structure is important, because you see all of the cogs in the machine that move and keep it running as one. So it's definitely challenging, to be structured. But over time, like you get the hang of it. You learn like what you're great at, what you need to work on, what really works for you and your business, and what you need in order to help really define that structure. And also too, considering is your thing, you learn like, okay, this is like what I want it to be like. So just the more you do it, the more you figure it out, the easier it becomes. But yes, 100%, it is so challenging to be structured. Like I started out like, all right, hey, I gotta edit this video. I'm gonna stay up all night and edit it. No, I can't do that. I gotta get up the next day and do this other thing. Like, sheesh, if I had somebody else, all right, whatever. Let me just bang all of this stuff out however I can get it done, and just be transparent with the people that I'm working with and let them know what's going on. But
yeah,
structure is difficult.
that's the only thing you can't do is be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Honesty is the best trait a person can have.
And it's crazy because I think you're in a great part of Connecticut where there's so much art and so much culture, where you have the perfect clientele to reach out your art form to. You know what I mean? I mean, there has to be. I mean, I'm speaking through your perspective from how I see it, because probably the whole world is just art form. You just like even driving by and just like looking around and spending time to yourself. Like the whole world's a canvas, because you do photography, you do, video work. Like you see probably art in everything. Even the people you react with on a day-to-day basis, you see good and you see the bad, but you see the beauty of it too. So it's crazy to have an eye like that. It really does.
That's the adventure, man. Like,
yeah,
it's the funny thing is, my mom and my fiance both have like this dislike of the fact that I'm just super calm in so many situations that would piss a person off. But it's like it's like, yo, like, what could you do about it? You don't have a choice but to just deal with it and get through. And then when you look back, it's like, yo, like, I really pushed through that. I made it through. Like, I can tell somebody else how to do it. I can coach somebody like how to deal with this issue. It's life is just beautiful. Like with those ups and downs, like it's like you said, it's an art form. Like I have moments where I'm driving through a neighborhood and I'll just take that moment to just stop thinking about this thing I'm trying to get to and just appreciate the moment. My bad. I'll watch the leaves falling from the trees in the fall, and I'm just like, I could tell a story starting off with this moment right here.
That's cool.
It's just cool. Life is just it's great. Ups, downs, like it's just beautiful, man. It's a gift. Like life is just, it's the best thing you could ever have. It's like you have like it's just being alive is so limitless.
Yeah.
Like you can I could wake up today, I could wake up tomorrow and decide I don't want to do this anymore and I'm gonna go like be an astronaut or something. Like the ability to wake up and just make that decision and just start a whole new life and something else to find beauty in, like it's amazing, man. You can never it's weird to see people not have a creative drive just from this. It's beauty in everything. Like even the I don't know if you guys are fans of Japanese culture, but like the slice of life thing is just it's gorgeous. It's easy to get infatuated with it because it's just like, I don't know, like we're just alive, we're just existing, we're here. You know?
I think America can learn something from the Japanese. A lot.
No, definitely.
I think we learned so much from that culture that we just completely ignore. But have you ever been like part of any events like throughout your whole career? Like any events? Because I don't want to just start rambling and going off with my question.
Have I been a part of any?
Part of any events, anything like going on within the city? Because I know there's a whole bunch of like fashion events, a lot of stuff going on with photographers and like video. Let's throughout the whole, city, could be within New York, something, because it looks like you've done a lot, but you just not noticed as much.
I can't say I've really been a part of anything.
Okay,
like,
that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
I know for a fact there was an event you were at that I was
Uh-oh.
at as well.
Oh wow.
At the State House.
You're being called out.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm speaking more. I'm thinking more from a thing of like I put something together, or I was a part of something that got put together, and
No.
Nah,
What type of events you go out there and you actually do? If there's someone that you have an interest in as per the creative aspect and as per a networking aspect, you will go out there and actually go forth and network, which is a very key principle in when you want to try to survive in this world and in this industry in particular. Is networking is key. And you don't just sit on the couch and and play the Xbox and have a good time along those lines. You're out there putting the work in as well, shaking the hands, kissing the babies, doing what's necessary on that end as well. Plus, networking to try to increase your portfolio as per music videos and those different aspects there. In fact, is there anything you're working on right now, music video wise?
Music video wise, no, I don't have anything I'm working on music video wise at the moment. I'm trying to do more just networking and meeting other small businesses and people who they're trying to get a leg up, and I can offer services to them.
Right.
And just really also just connecting with more creatives and really just becoming enmeshed with the creative community more. Because so to that point, which you mentioned, Easy, the State House event, I went there. Of course, it's a perfect opportunity to network and stuff like that. But I go to these things as a fan most of the time. I just want to see the stuff. I like people. I like seeing people in their element and just really just doing their thing. Even if it's the same thing I do, I don't care. Like, I'm not a person who I'm trying to make sure I get mine at the end of the day. Like, no, I want to see you in your element, doing your thing. Like, it's beautiful and it's inspiring to see more than anything else. So I went to that event. I met another photographer who I followed on Instagram. Like, and I'm a little awkward. Like, I stay to myself. I'm quiet. I'm like, I think that's. He's like, yo, is this you? And he was like, yeah, that's me. I was like, what's up, man? I'm Smurph. And then from there, we cool. Like, it's even so okay. I've been to seeing Sounds Fest first 2 years. The State House event, of course. I think that was my second time there. Yeah. Trying to think. I haven't went to any of the playlists or line downs.
Right.
I didn't go to Black Wall Street this year, but I went last year.
You should have went to Change in the Air, man. We had a good time. We had a good time.
That's a Cedar Park, right? I haven't been there yet.
It's nice.
Nice.
I gotta go to more stuff, man. I gotta get out of. I'm trying to find that balance between chasing the dream and just living a dream, work life, baby.
I understand, but you gotta make some sacrifices, because you are in a position where you have no days off.
Right? Yeah,
literally. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get in that position too, where I gotta edit and edit and edit. I gotta make deadlines, because
stressful.
Yeah,
stressful, man. It's so stressful. Like, I feel like a broken record sometimes telling my friends, like, yo, like, nah, I gotta edit this video. I gotta try to make some headway on this. Like, I'll talk to y'all a little bit later. But it's, you gotta keep your foot to the pedal. You gotta keep your feet to the ground.
You do. And I gotta be tough. Just a little bit optimistic when you say stuff like that. Sometimes I don't want to hang out with some of my friends, and it's not disrespectful to them, but I don't want to go a different day doing the same thing with you. Like, if we're not doing anything different, if you're not trying to switch up the routine of us having fun or us just like even chilling, like, we don't have to play the same video game all the time. We don't have to drink for like 2 hours and just talking about how our life sucks and not putting any action into doing it. Like, if it's not something like to switch up the fun or anything to, you don't want to be a hamster on a wheel when it comes to recreational activity. So, it's good saying no sometimes.
You gotta have variety though.
Yeah.
you need that variety. Like a personal like thing I had was okay, I could put an event together, but it's like I don't really know who to invite because I have so many like different crowds that I interact with. How would
Yeah.
it mesh? But I never thought to just like, well, whatever, like put them in the same room just because just like you mesh with everybody, they can mesh with everybody too. You vibe with who you vibe with.
Yeah.
And another thing is maybe more so in my position than most people, but that going out and just experiencing life, that's a part of the work too. Because to be a creative, like most creatives, we draw our inspiration from life. So it's like you have to go out and breathe and live a little to be reminded like what it is that's pushing you forward. Like I can't be a photographer if I don't have anything to take a picture of. Like you got to go out and experience that life. You need that break from work as well to refresh you and make you just feel good about what you're doing. Like a lot of musicians, rappers, singers, whomever you listen to, they'll be in the studio and they might take a break real quick if they have that ability to do with their time. Go out to the club or whatever they do and then come back to the studio and, do their thing. Or you just live life. When we listen to our favorite artists, they're telling us about their personal lives. Just everything that's going on with them. You draw inspiration from your life. But I 100% feel that thing of like, I don't want to do the same thing. Let's switch it up. Let's do something different. Like,
yeah, of course. Yeah.
I went to Via's and then went across the street to Te Amo Tequila. No, not Te Amo.
Barracuda.
Geronimo's.
Okay.
Not Barracuda. Geronimo's. I went from Via to Barracuda. I mean, Via to Geronimo's 2-3 weeks in the same month. And I'm just like, this ain't it. Like, I'd rather just doing whatever I was about to do, whatever I told myself I was gonna do. Like, it gets old. You definitely need that variety to keep it exciting.
Of course. Life is too short.
Yeah.
It really is. For Elm City Studios, where do you see it in the next 3 to 5 years?
Oh, I hate that question. I've always hated that type of question.
Okay.
If
actually, what's the overall goal? Oh man.
I'm just I think I want, and okay, so the next 3 to 5 years, 100%, I will be more established.
Okay.
Will definitely be less of a surveyor and more of a playmaker.
There you go.
And very much be more involved and give back to people and just I want to, the goal of Elm City Studios is to the best of my and my future team's ability. The goal is to remind people and show people that the possibilities are endless and just really foster self-confidence and just community amongst ourselves as creatives and just everybody. Like I 100% want to become a staple in the creative community and offer. Sometimes it don't even really have to be me doing it for a monetary gain. Sometimes it's literally just like, I believe in what you're doing. I see the vision. I don't know if I'm seeing the vision you seeing, but I feel like we can change a lot of things. We can change a lot of lives. We can inspire something for other people to do and take it to the next level. So it's definitely just show like, yo, we can literally do with whatever we want in life. I've heard plenty of the, if you ain't got no plan, your plan is to fail, or you should do this instead. Just like everybody else hears it, but it's just like you don't see what I'm seeing.
Right.
I see it on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, Mr. Easy BlueZ. Let me try to ask a question that you might like, since I asked a question that you did not like. Your father's a big nerd, just like myself and Easy. What are your favorite comic book characters?
My favorite comic book characters, first and foremost, is the man Deadpool. I love Deadpool. Deadpool is a special place in here. Once I heard Merc with a mouth, I said, okay, I found my guy. I love Deadpool. I love Batman. You think Deadpool, Batman. I've grown to appreciate Captain America, but I wouldn't consider myself a big fan, a super big fan. But definitely Deadpool, Batman. I'll throw Captain America in there.
Okay.
I'm true Spider-Man. I can't shy away from
that's my all-time favorite.
Feel me?
Peter Parker's my all-time favorite. Yeah.
Let me see. I think favorites. It might clip there.
Okay.
It might end there. I think it's gonna end there.
I got something a little bit more back to topic at hand.
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the things that we're starting to see, especially with the social media explosion and different stuff like this, and this is something that you're very good at, Henry, and I really want people to if you are a small business and you don't have a huge budget for your marketing, you don't have a huge budget for your entertainment, you speak to Henry. You put together a full social media marketing plan for you on how the videos are supposed to go through, what's supposed to come out, and all those different sides. For a tenth of the budget that you would be spending on an advertisement program through like major marketing firms, you can wind up doing all that kind of stuff yourself. And right now, again, with social media being as prevalent as it is by far some of the best stuff. You're seeing more things discovered through social media than you're seeing anything else. So for all those small businesses, what advice do you have for them other than come see me? I got your hookup.
Advice?
Yes.
If you're going to be a do-it-yourselfer, which you should, to the best of your ability, at some point you do have to come holler at me because I got your hookup. But do not focus so much on don't focus too much on just trying to grab the attention, because everybody's trying to grab the attention.
Right.
You need to push what if I'm walking past you and you're a coffee shop, why do I want to come in here into this coffee shop? I need more than just the product you selling. I know you have coffee. Give me what is the culture here?
Mm-hmm.
Why, like, do you guys, there's a I forgot his name, but he's, I think, an orthodontist. And I was looking at his Instagram profile recently, and I seen like he's into skateboarding and stuff like that. And he has like skateboarding decals and little art pieces in his office. And it's like, okay, that's cool. Give me a feeling and showcase that in your social media efforts. Show that with the everybody wants to do reels. Okay, give me a reel of like what is a day here in your establishment. What do you guys do during downtime? Show me the laughter you guys share amongst each other as a staff. Like, give us more than the product, because we're gonna buy the product. Maybe we might not, but give me a reason to want to come and kick it with you. Give me a reason to want to come and make that connection and tell other people about you. Right. You don't want to have customers. You want to have supporters. You want to have a family of sorts. Like, you want
right there
to not just know like what you don't want people to just know that what you have is going to work for them. Because again, trying to be a salesman, nobody trusts salesmen.
No,
nobody trusts salesmen.
Nope.
But
nor should you.
Not at all.
Nor should you.
Yeah, no, don't trust no salesman. But you definitely want to just behind the scenes, man. Behind the scenes is very important. People want to see, no matter how much you might not think you have the time to film it or showcase it or whatever, people want to see that behind the scenes thing because that is how you get your core fan base. That's how you get your core customer base. They want to know the ins and outs of what you're doing. You don't have to show them everything because we're all salesmen at the end of the day. But
Right.
just show them enough to give them some type of like transparency and remind them like, yo, we're real people doing this too.
Relatable. Be relatable.
Yeah, be relatable. Perfectly said. 100%. Be relatable. Like you can be the guy who like, I don't know, you can be a doctor or whatever. Just at the end of the day, hey, I'm trying to get back home, pet my dog. I wanna toss this beer back, kick my feet up, and talk junk to my friends real quick and tell them how I'm gonna beat them in basketball this weekend or whatever. Like be relatable. And it's like, yo, have these people come in like, oh, I could drop that gem as well too. And it's piggybacking off of that behind the scenes for the staff thing. For people who, if you guys are trying to do the YouTube thing, definitely one, of course, get familiar with being on camera and being comfortable on camera, but also you got to bring other people in. You want to give that TV show feel. You want to give that like we have a stellar cast and like I'm not your favorite character and that's fine. But my cousin over here who is just like goofy and just pops in here and there, like everybody loves seeing him. Just that's your marketing strategy. Focus on marketing, but don't think marketing is always just trying to sell them the thing you want to make money off of.
Right.
Because you want that community more than anything else. That's what you invest in. Invest in people. Use that in your marketing.
Right.
We only have so much time left. We want to give these last minutes to you, Henry, Butter, Smurph.
Okay.
Please plug yourself. Please plug Elm City Studios. Anybody who wants to reach you, please let them know. And anything that you're working on that you can tell, please promote. This time is yours before we go off.
Okay, man. For you at home that's watching this, 100% appreciate you for taking this time because I'm just a regular guy. I am not that special. I try to be. I try to be a leader. But hey man, you can check my website out at ecstudios.us. My Instagram is Elm City Studios, all one word. My personal Instagram is by Smurph. If you just want to see some regular hijinks from me, by Smurph is BYSMURPH. TikTok, Elm City Studios. Got a Facebook page, Elm City Studios. And what I got going on right now is I call it the fourth quarter real deal. Basically, whatever video footage you have, you trying to sell something, you trying to show off a recipe, you got some lifestyle content, whatever you got going on, you can send that over along with what you want done to it. Or if you just want me to freak it, you want me to do whatever to it, send that to elmcityrealdeal@gmail.com. Real, REEL, deal, DEAL. And I'm going to get that back to you within the same day or within 1 day turnaround time. And it's only $25, man. Because I can knock these out in no problem. It's second nature. And I'm going to get you, your video is going to be 30 seconds or less because that's how I'm having a problem personally. I'm having a problem making videos longer than 30 seconds because I've just mastered getting the most value in the shortest time. And it's something else with that. I think that was everything, man. $25, 30 seconds or less. Anything you got, give it to me. We're going to get you right. It's a challenge for me to keep going and get better and get even faster. And it's just, hey, man, you can drop $100. That's 4 videos, and I can help you strategize how to put that out.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's what I got for you guys, man. Appreciate you guys having me.
Appreciate you.
This was very fun because I don't normally sit there and have conversations like this, but I love this.
Your father said the same thing. I'll be honest with you. Your father said the same exact thing when he was done.
Yeah, man. We just live in our own worlds, man.
Definitely, man. The vibe's been real, man. I like the chemistry. It's been awesome.
Definitely.
It's been really awesome. And if you want to come on again just to shoot the stuff, go right ahead. We're with it.
Oh, you guys are definitely gonna hear from me again.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm gonna be back for certain.
Appreciate you.
I gotta make you guys some shirts too. I gotta make you guys some shirts too. It's either gonna be the shirts that I just put out, or it's gonna be something new, some sweaters or something that I'm
all right, that's fine.
Whatever you come with, I trust it.
We got you.
I really do.
Sure.
Definitely.
Sure.
And we're rocking on the show. I'll rock it on the show.
Yeah,
oh, appreciate it, man.
We're rocking on the show.
What?
Absolutely. Definitely.
Always.
Preston, Easy Blues, Henry, Smurph, Butter, a man with many names, many occupations, but one genuine soul. We appreciate that. On WNHH LP, you're very welcome. 103.5 FM, New Haven.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just discount? I don't know.